What is going on, Notre Dame football fans? Mike Singer and Robbie Toma will be with me very shortly. Notre Dame knocking off NC State 36-7. Man, what a tale of two halves with Notre Dame up just 10-7 at halftime and needed Noah Burnett to knock through a 48-yard field goal. With a few seconds left, in the end of the second quarter, and completely different game in the second half. Notre Dame putting up 26 points, and NC State with just 0. The drive chart looks tremendous for Notre Dame in a defensive standpoint, and then offensively, was obviously down in the first half, but really rallied in the second half. And what I like to see here, even though Notre Dame wasn't putting up a lot of points early, was just the 2 3-and-outs. This third drive, four plays, 20 yards, but still just the 2 true 3-and-outs. Otherwise, Notre Dame was able to move the football. The concern about the Fighting Irish and those third and fourth down short conversions still looms large as a potential problem. When Notre Dame is playing against better opponents. So go ahead and bring in Robbie Toma. Robbie, how are we doing, my friend? What'd you think about that win for the Irish?
We're doing good. I would say another ugly victory. But a victory nonetheless, right? So pretty stoked about it. But I think we're running into that where there's 2 games in a row we're not stoked about. I guess there's a few similar feelings games last year. So it's good to have a similar feeling from last year, but we got to clean a lot of red zone stuff up. That was a problem today.
So you're talking about similar stuff from last year. You're talking defensively. What do you mean on that front?
Oh, did you freeze?
No, I can hear you on my end. Robbie, hello.
What's going on here?
All right. Did I lose you, Robbie?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. All right. Yeah, I can hear everything. Looks fine on my end.
Turn it off. Maybe the Wi-Fi at home isn't. Okay, perfect. Maybe the Wi-Fi at home isn't up to par like the one at my office. So.
All good, dude.
We're back. I can hear you.
Former Notre Dame wide receiver Robbie Toma is with us today. People asking about injury updates. The game just ended 3 minutes ago. I honestly have no idea. Marcus Freeman will meet with the media shortly. I don't know if we'll have anything to say, but we'll definitely learn more on Monday when we get the updated injury reports. First Age Interactive says, Mike, help. I feel grimy cheering for USC tonight. I get it. How do you feel about that USC Michigan game? I know you would just rather have.
Yeah, you might have to just turn your TV off. Don't even watch that game. A lot of ugly uniforms on.
It's a win-win, lose-lose. You need USC.
Mike, I'm gonna log in from my phone.
Go ahead.
I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. You really don't want to see either team win, just as a Notre Dame fan. It's probably your 2 most hated rivals, but for Notre Dame's strength of schedule and everything, you do want USC to obviously win that football game. How about this? We got to mention Penn State 22-21 losing to Northwestern. You lose at UCLA, and then you lose to Northwestern at home. I guess James Franklin has a huge buyout, but I don't know how he survives that. Drop some L's in the chat for James Franklin. You know what? Actually, W. Let's all have them. Let's have Penn State extend James Franklin, and we can enjoy that. Freeman broke Franklin. So yeah, in terms of the game, is it just me, or was that Notre Dame NC State game fairly similar to the Boise State game? Right? Slow start for Notre Dame, but was anyone really that nervous? I wasn't. I felt that Notre Dame was going to pull away. Now, I didn't think they would end up covering the spread. That was 23.5 the last time I looked this week. They, end up winning by 29, but did not expect that Notre Dame, excuse me, I did expect Notre Dame to pull away like they did against Boise State. So, all right, Robbie, we got you back. We good?
Yeah. How's this? Is it better?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe
Wi-Fi
maybe do
at home.
horizontal so we don't have
Horizontal.
Yeah, go. There you go. There we go. Robbie, you with me that this felt the same exact as the Boise State game? Like started slow and just kind of cruised late. Defense was good throughout the game.
God, that first drive was fun, wasn't it? Offensively.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very Boise-like, and very, very disappointed in our red zone offense. I thought our short yardage. It just even early downs. I think we were in 10 personnel. We had was it Dallas Golden motioning across. You'd like to see Reardon stay in there, keep 11 personnel in the field. So, again, love Denbrock to death, but I feel like we got to be better on the short yardage and red zone calls.
You said you're talking about, okay. So you just pulled what the announcers messed up. Micah Gilbert.
I heard them say that. That's why I was like, okay, well,
yeah.
I guess
Gilbert came off. And yeah, I don't think we saw him again. We don't have any.
But I'm saying I think there was a play where he came across the formation, and you'd like to see a bigger body in there leading for Love, especially in short yardage.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that you don't love the slow start, and you don't love the going 1 for 3 on fourth down, and the one that you did convert on was the Buckner play, which we'll talk about in a bit. That was just awesome.
Yeah.
I looked away. I was making a graphic or something. I look up and they're talking about Tyler Buckner. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not Buckner. You surely you just pulled another Gilbert Dallas Golden wrong number thing. No, that was Tyler Buckner, of course.
No, that was him.
Marty Biaggi in his bag. But yeah, I mean, the defense was really solid, holding NC State to 233 yards. Hollywood Smothers was the guy, right? This is the guy to stop. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content. He goes 12 for 46 on the ground and 4 catches for 21 yards. The defense had how many sacks? 4 sacks.
Defense was looking good today.
3 picks. I mean, yeah. Solid. Another solid win.
Defense was looking good. I thought D-line pressure was good, and they're rushing at levels, which was helpful. And happy to see the linebackers fucking flying around.
Yeah. Drake Bowen.
And Kingston got an interception, which was nice to see. And it just overall looks like the defense having fun again. The way that they're blitzing, I think we had sent a late secondary blitz that ended up getting a nice little sack. So that was awesome.
Yeah, Craig says final Indiana 30, Oregon 20, quite the upsets. I'm just man, what does that mean for Notre Dame? Because both are still playoff teams, obviously. But if you could have seen Oregon beat Indiana, then the Hoosiers kind of fall off. But I don't know. Well, there's plenty more chaos to come.
I'm not sure how the Big Ten, how do they figure out the playoff situation, or excuse me, within their own conference, or is Oregon
they don't have divisions anymore. It's just the two highest ranked or something.
Highest, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they very well could run into each other again, and if IU hits them again, I highly doubt they'll remain in the playoff.
But based on what the committee did last year, they didn't really punish teams who lost the second game in the conference championship. So I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. This Boise State and NC State games both felt to me, all right, Notre Dame is the superior team going into it. We know you just can't crap the bed and let's just get to USC. That's what both of these games felt like, that Notre Dame was kind of sleepwalking through both of them early, and then they just turned it on. Like I talked about last week in this post-game show, Robbie, is I have no concern about the offense. If they're slow out there, no concern. But
I mean, I think when there's a lot of frustration not seeing Price early. At least that's the vibe I got on Twitter. But I mean, what are you going to do? Take out Love, right? It's not like he was doing anything wrong, but sometimes you do need a little change up in pace. And I thought maybe Price should have been out there a little earlier. But if that's the problem we have, I mean, we're in a good situation.
Yeah. What do you think about the commentators? Thank you, Super Saiyan Nick, for the
Corn the long way. That's phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even read that. Okay, all right.
One of the ones that just hearing that ref that they bring on, say that, hey, this is an incompletion, and then the refs go ahead and the officials get it wrong. That's infuriating. But I mean, Jason Garrett, there's a reason he's not a coach anymore. So pretty tough listen. But
I'm not gonna lie. I call it how I see it. Right, last year on the postgame show, we talked about refs a ton.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, man. Or sorry, not the refs. That's a different discussion. We will get there. The commentators. Yeah, Garrett. I was like, I don't care about the commentators. They say dumb things all the time. They don't cover Notre Dame. They don't follow Notre Dame on a week-to-week basis like all of us do. Like, I don't care. Sure. I feel differently this year, man, with NBC when we get Garrett. Like, it is a tough listen. It's a tough listen. When he says one knee down is 2 feet, and then he's like, oh, shit. I mean, but you only need 1 foot in college football. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? But, yeah, going to the refereeing, he is. But, like, the guy knows ball. I just don't think he puts in a ton of time on studying Notre Dame. Sure. I don't think he does.
Sure.
This is Terry McCauley, who I believe was like the name is very obviously familiar as a referee. He tweets out the failure to reverse to incomplete at Notre Dame NC State is quite possibly the worst replay ruling I've seen this season. And we had bad refereeing last week, and this is what we
last week was.
This was worse bad. Because how you call that for folks listening to this as a podcast after we're watching the clip back, how you call that a completion?
Yeah, I mean, ball clearly hit the ground. It's just insane. I mean,
look at the movements.
Yeah, and then the other one, when Christian Gray, had they called that a completion on the field, that's obviously going to be a catch. But this one, they called a catch on the field, and the ball clearly hit the ground. So
I agree.
Absolute bullshit from the guy. I mean, who is it? The Eye in the Sky that has it out in New York, or how are they officiating these ones?
Maybe the Eye in the Sky.
I think they're on the field.
I mean, the guy's looking through the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure. But they gotta go and take this to somewhere upstairs where these guys aren't looking at it on the field.
The whole thing
absurd.
About the clear and obvious, I think they're like trying to overthink what that means. Like, you watch that. Yeah. Is that a catch? No. Now, I do agree with Terry McCauley. He said, FYI, I thought upholding the incomplete pass on the potential interception by Christian Gray was correct. Not clear and obvious to reverse from the video. I actually do agree with that. I think that Christian Gray did intercept that football. But if you called it an incomplete pass, which again, I think is incorrect, to now make it a pick, you needed more video evidence. And I just don't think there was a ton. You couldn't really 100%. See a whole lot. But ball don't lie. Ball don't lie.
The good thing is 2 weeks in a row, real shitty officiating, and we still win by 20 plus, right? So, what is this? Everyone point. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Penn State,
bro.
One of my friends, friends from growing up, he was on. It was that Coach JB show, and he had a good one saying James Franklin has legalized like bank robbery by how much he's stealing from Penn State. So,
yeah, no kidding.
IU, great win. Yep.
Yeah, Ryan, appreciate the $2 super chat. Big killer.
Don't wish that upon us, Ryan. Wish that upon us.
If IU gets a national championship for Notre Dame, there's just no chance.
Hey, but from the few clips I saw, IU looked pretty dominant. But Oregon is very Penn State-ish to me. In that
this is true. He says
in
it
that,
should have been called an INT in the field. It should have been, but it
yeah,
didn't.
yeah, 100%. But I mean, Oregon to me is like Penn State. They never win the big game, and that's obviously we haven't won the big game yet, right? But
kind of.
we're starting to win bigger.
Game?
We're starting to win big games. So
big games, the championship, yeah, but bigger.
Yeah. But Oregon and Penn State are kind of in the same ballpark at least what I think.
Yeah.
How about Pauling though?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's get back to our football game. All right, which individual players?
I'm sorry.
Robbie, let me say this.
Stats up from ESPN because I had to use my phone.
Yeah. Let me add this about you. I feel like you're really coming into your own because like we get on here and you're like talking about things that you want to see improved. I love it. But yeah, let's talk about some good things. Pauling balled out from the get-go. Full receptions, 105 yards in the touchdown. KK Smith, saw some of him. Fields was quiet, 1 reception on 7 targets, but again, we know what he can do. I'm not worried about Malachi Fields. Raritan had himself a great game, catching all 7 of his targets for 109 yards. Yeah, Raritan looked really good. So
no, but
tell me about these guys.
Pauling, like I said last week, I mean, he's irritating to defenses when he has the football. He doesn't go down. He seems to make a big play when we need it most, and it's good to have 2 of those guys. We got one in Faison as well as Pauling, and then Malachi Fields didn't get much today. I think maybe 1 catch.
It's just the one for 20.
But that's still an explosive play. So we had explosive plays all over the field.
And there was a PI called on him too, or called on the defender on him. Yeah.
Running the football, not our best, but still over 100. Does that include any sacks? 143 total.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Let's see.
But anyway, running. This was our worst showing running the football, and we still scored 36.
So sack adjustment was 158 because Carr, remember on that 4th down.
My gosh, I don't know what that was. He didn't even throw it out of the end. I mean, don't lose 10 yards on that.
Yeah.
But
so average 4.3, which wasn't great, but I mean, Carr on a game where he and I think this was similar to last week. Like last week, we felt like Carr didn't have his best game because the Pauling missed touchdown. Today, it's kind of feel like it's similar. All right. But 342 yards, like this guy just continues to be so freaking good. Like I can't get over him.
Back to the officiating, even the interception, granted, I think that was on a 4th down and another bad play call, but that defender was holding Fields. Fields couldn't even make a play on the ball. So, even that interception was kind of I think that's his 3rd interception this year, all from like a screen or something that seems maybe a little bit out of his control. So I think we're definitely in good hands, and that's another no shit Sherlock moment.
Sure.
Sponsored by me. But what do we got
Just
here?
Me said, throwing up a little bit in my mouth as I say this, go Trojans. Listen, I don't think you guys need to say go Trojans. You can just say, I am rooting for USC to win this football game. You don't
gun to your head. You have to choose Michigan or SC. Who are you rooting for?
For this game?
You have to answer. No, gun to your head.
As my life?
Yeah. You got to pick one.
I'm throwing up the peace sign, bro. Probably.
Okay.
I can't stand Michigan.
Yeah.
Listen,
I would say
I think a lot of that depends on like your backgrounds.
Sure.
And like my uncle is a USC fan, so like I grew up learning like college football, watching with him, and then one of my best buddies is a big Michigan fan, and I can't stand him. One of my best friends, I can't stand him, and he's a Michigan fan, so that's kind of how it is.
Yeah. Well, glad I feel the same.
Going back to Indiana real quick. Here's their schedule. They have Michigan State, UCLA, Maryland, Penn State, Wisconsin, Purdue. They might win all of those games by 10 plus points.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Penn State could come out and shock us if we need them.
What's a good?
Where's the game at? Is it at IU? If it's at Penn State,
this is at Penn State. But dude, they just lost to Northwestern.
It's
football. Things can change. Yeah, you're right.
You get a top 5 team coming into your house, and you need a little turnaround. Plus, James Franklin will probably be fired by then, hopefully.
Yeah, his buyout's so big. I'm not even sure.
Actually, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So, okay, going back to the third, fourth down struggles and everything. Actually, the third downs, Notre Dame was 6 of 14. Again, on non-fake attempts on fourth down, 0 for 2. You know, I didn't love the call. I didn't even really like going for fourth. It was 4th and 3. I didn't really even love going for it there.
I didn't like the second one. I appreciated the aggressiveness going for it on 4th and inches, but we ran that little rollout, especially motioning into it when the defense is flowing that way with the motion.
Yeah,
I hate that call. Now, obviously, a lot of times that works because you get a nice little pick, but
sure.
I've never been a fan of that one on 4th and inches. That's more of a 4th and 3 type play. If you ask me, sitting in my living room yelling at the TV.
Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the Blue and Gold YouTube channel for more content. BlueandGold.com will be your home for all things Notre Dame football coverage this weekend. We're even a really solid recruiting weekend for the Irish, so we will have intel on that. You know what I did for you, Robbie?
What did we do?
New watch band, bro.
No way.
You know what, bro? I opened up the nightstand drawer and was like, what else do we have?
There you go.
So we threw on a blue one. Yeah.
You're no longer in 8th grade. You're in high school now. That a boy. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I look like a grown man. I'm nice. I'm like a 6'3" guy. What about you, Robbie?
21 Jump Street over there. Take it to their white watch.
56 mils. One. Jeez, no way. 89. What's the number? Someone look this up. James Franklin's buyout number. Chat will look it up. Running backs. We talked receivers, tight ends, offensive line. We're gonna watch film in a little bit, a couple other topics, but yeah, the offensive line again, I thought was really good. NC State, credited with a couple sacks.
Yes, especially on. I think there was a few cover 0 situations where it gave CJ enough time to hit somebody wide open down the middle, which was good. Good to see. Running game, we didn't really have too many holes there. It seemed like they were going to break a few, but they kind of got tripped up. So, I'm one of the last people or one of the last guys who enjoys critiquing O linemen just because I have so much respect for them. But that might be just a case of just finishing their rep and once somebody's through the hole, gotta pancake them.
Aller's out for the season. Ooh. So I'm not trying to make this a Penn State and Indiana show.
No, that's fine. We're on the road to the playoffs. We're down to 16. It's what we want, right?
Okay, 56 mil. Dang, that's wild. All right, this is what I want to say. I tweeted this out, and when you have 41 likes on a tweet but 36 responses, it's kind of how you know you ruffled some feathers. So this guy I quote tweeted. This is firm but soft. This is one of my close friends. Like I do consider him one of my closest friends. This is not the Michigan fan. He's a Notre Dame fan. So I'm watching the game and I search on Twitter, fire Chris Ash, and my buddies tweet because I follow him and this pops up. So I quote tweet it and I say, this is an honest question for those of you like firm but soft. What the hell does that mean, by the way? Who wanted Chris Ash fired? At what point do you walk this back or are you still on the fence? Just a very honest question. The defense has been really good since the second half of the Purdue game, and Chris Ash deserves credit. So it's a really genuine question. At what point are you like, my bad, like maybe firing Chris Ash was not the answer? Now, look, USC could come into town next weekend and put up 35 to 40 points. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm going to have people respond to this and be like, what about now, Mike? But that's not the point. The point is firing Chris Ash would have been a really bold move. You blow everything up after 2 games on that side of the ball.
Well, again, it was his first year calling here, so I don't know how often people get fired after the second game. Or even the third game on their first go around, but clearly they've made some type of turnaround. No matter what did we give up? We gave up how many points against Boise? 7.
7. So it was 13
Purdue,
Arkansas, 7 Boise, and then obviously 7 today. So that's
So we got a couple of borderline shutouts. I'm not going to call it shutouts, but even going on the road and your defense traveling to Arkansas and shutting that offense down and basically shutting their whole football program off by getting that coach fired.
Look, the Miami, the defense was like, it was okay. It was like average. It wasn't great, obviously. It wasn't great, but it wasn't like, man, the defense just lost Notre Dame. It was 27 points. Like, it wasn't like abysmal, right? This first half of the A&M game was abysmal.
That was terrible.
It was terrible. The second half,
I feel like we gave up more pass yards than that first half than we did all year last year.
It was terrible.
It was bad.
The second half of the A&M game, the Notre Dame defense allowed 13 points. And that's 1 touchdown, and we would all agree that there should not have been a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Donovan Hines got held so bad. That was 4th down. Like, that should not have – it should have been 4th and 20, 25, whatever. So I think that they played one terrible half of football, and that's, I think that this, like, the defense is okay. I think look, Notre Dame gave up a ton of points last year to USC. We aren't trying to fire out. I think the defense is going to be fine. The offense can just turn it on like that if they need to, or like when they need to. And, you want to see it for 4 quarters, but we know what the offense is. Like, this Notre Dame team is good, man.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, the defense is playing a lot faster, and they look like they're having more fun. Of course, it's fun when you're winning, but just putting pressure on the quarterbacks, and like Freeman has been talking about this entire time, the marriage between the secondary and the D-line seems to be a lot better. Maybe therapy is working out for the crew.
Yeah.
But the marriage between those two looks like it's going a lot better. And there's just, again, the first 3 games, there was not a lot of activity from the linebackers, at least just from my eye. So watching the linebackers come into their own, it's fun to watch.
Yes. Yeah. You want to start watching a little film here? We can talk about some of the pass rush?
Yeah. I'm on the phone, so it's going to be real tiny, so I'm just going to be staring in.
All right, so this is Boubacar Traore sack. Is this him standing? No, this is just him right off the edge here.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame brings 5. I mean, yeah, he kind of, like, at this point, he's not a factor, right? But you get more pressure, the pocket collapses, and then he's able to get back in the play.
I mean, and you look at Botello, too, if I remember correctly. Again, I'm looking on my phone, so forgive me, everybody. But Botello, if this guy steps up, Botello looks like he might be in a situation to be able to come under instead of over-rushing. So in the case the pocket doesn't collapse on him, Botello looks ready to jump up field. So a great job by the D-line on this. We only rush 4 and we get pressure, which is
yeah, they did bring a 5th, but
did they? Where is it?
Yeah, Bowen came in. That's what I thought first too.
Bowen sorry, I can't see, but
it's all right.
No, but to get pressure like that, and that was the first series they went 3 and out. So that's a hell of a start.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a start.
All right, now let's watch this. So there's,
yes.
All right, so this is the fake punt. I can't believe NC State's in a call timeout right here.
You know what sucks for Buckner is that every time he's shown the last few weeks, they've mentioned, don't forget he dropped the snap against A&M. I mean, that's going to carry with him for life as a domer. So, but great play design. I'm actually shocked NC State didn't call timeout.
Yeah, that's who's 55. Is this Absher? 55 is Absher, and then is this 75? But no, 55 is 75 is Absher. Who's 55?
I'm not sure. But definitely
Chris Terek, Chicagoland kid. So yeah, comes around, pulls well. Styles Prescott. I mean, this is pretty much a second team offensive line, except for Lambert's there over at right tackle. Yeah, this is great, man. This is great. So
yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. And then
love the design and love Buckner getting it. I'm not, like I tweeted, I'm not over that drop snap, but this is a step in the right direction for me being a fan of Buckner again.
Come on, you love Buckner. Everybody loves Buckner.
I do. I got love for all of them, but a drop snap, that's tough to recover from.
First career touchdown for KK Smith.
Gotta give love to the O-line here.
That was my thought. I was like, I'm gonna let you go first, but
hell of a first touchdown for KK. But I mean, obviously on his route, he's able to close that cushion on the DB, which makes it nearly impossible. So the O-line holds up and gives him a lot of time to throw a strike. It's still a little bit behind. He had to wait a little.
Yeah, it wasn't Carr's best ball, but like I'm just looking at this, like what is this coverage? So it's like a cover zero.
I mean,
but then look at these three. They drop. So what the hell were they running? There's no safety.
What was it? Third down? I can't.
Third and 8.
See. If it's 3rd and 8, maybe they drop late to try to pick off a slant or something, or maybe they're in a kind of a spy situation since CJ can run a little bit. But at this point, they might as well have fired all guys out there.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. Like, look, sometimes when Notre Dame gives up big plays defensively, Robbie, it's like, yeah. When you bring 5 or 6 and you ask Dallas Golden to cover for that long, like you're gonna get torched sometimes. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
But they left their DBs on an island and didn't bring pressure. That's
it's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. All right, a couple more for you. One of Notre Dame's 3 interceptions. This one's from Adon Schuler. Good pressure, but he steps up in the pocket. I don't know. I mean, this is good pocket presence.
Was this? I
don't know. Yeah, he just didn't see Schuler. I don't know how. Yeah. He's standing literally between. Like he's standing right in front of the quarterback. I don't know.
He just hit the panic button.
Look at the running back. This is 4th and 11. But maybe
was it 4th down? Yeah,
4th and 11. I mean, why don't you take off at that point? Just one man to beat. I mean, I guess these guys would have closed down, but that's
That's what we call a bad ball. But you love to see it. The D line's able to kind of pin their ears back and go for it. So, that's kind of. How there's nobody really collapsing the pocket. He's able to step up, right? So that was kind of the issue I feel like we had the first couple games on like 3rd down to let the quarterback run. 4th down, I don't think that quarterback wanted that action, but nonetheless, great job of Schuler just standing there.
You want to say what's up to your buddy Carlo?
Is he up there? Calabrese. There he is. I can't. I wish I could take a shooter. I got to go coach a football game.
Robbie does got to get out of here by the end of the hour, so won't be a super long show today. But please,
no. But I normally watch the game with Carlo Cal 44. Shout out Carlo, Jersey boy. We just showed a Jersey boy, but
sure did.
No, good. Thanks for tuning in, CeeLo.
Yeah, TP Adams says mid throw. He was like, "Oops, yeah." That would make more sense than how the hell did he not just see Adon Schuler? And then we have again, man, this pocket.
Where we at? I'm a little late. I'm actually trying to watch it from.
Yeah. So this is the ball to Eli Raridan, it's a dime and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But the time that he has, let's count it out: 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi.
Jeez, this catch. I don't know if anybody's going to remember this, but Tyler Eifert had a corner route one-hander against Boston College in 2011. Looks very similar to this catch. So, shout out to tight end U right now.
Yeah, and he runs that off of being,
I mean,
in an inline position too. It's pretty.
Were tight ends ranked 8, or who was ranked 8 in our position? Our preseason tight ends were ranked last position group, and they seem to be. At least Eli's doing a hell of a job, man. It's good to see that we got a big body so active.
And then Love powers it in, and puts this game
short yardage. Finally.
I mean, if you had to re-rank the 8 position groups, so let's see. So you got quarterback, running backs. So you have quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, tight ends, offensive line, and then I guess just D-line, linebacker,
well, you gotta go running backs 1.
Okay.
You gotta go QB 2 or O-line 2. You gotta go O-line 2.
So wait, all right. So running back is 1.
O-line 2.
Okay.
I would go QB 3.
Okay.
Where are we at now? Tight end plays.
When are you getting 4? To the? Okay. Tight ends is 4.
Now we can get into the defense. I mean,
wait, what about receiver?
What are just gonna rank the receiver? I mean, that sounds too biased of me. Receivers would have to be right after tight ends.
Okay.
And then we go linebacker, DB, D-line.
Linebacker, DB, D-line. All right.
I think just based on performance, our offense has been doing well. Obviously, the last 2 games we've kind of hit a little speed bump, but I hate just ranking the offense completely ahead of the defense, but it's kind of where we're at this year.
I don't know. All right, so this is the ranking. 1 running back. This didn't format very well, but 1's running back, 2 O-line, 3 QB, 4 tight end, 5 wide receivers, 6 LB, 7 DB, 8 D-line. Yeah. I don't really have too many arguments. I might switch quarterback and O-line, put quarterback 2.
But you got to have love for the big fellas.
I do love the O-line. I do love the O-line.
They just gave him 5 seconds to throw that corner out. So
that's true. That's true. It all works together. That's the good thing about this. It's more fodder than anything. But the DBs did play well for what it's worth.
They showed a couple of clips where we were in clear man and the DBs, gave the quarterback nobody to throw to. So especially on Kingston's interception. Yeah. So you love to see those guys playing with speed and flying around like that.
Yeah. Justin Sniper says DB and D-line as of late have been great. Herrick says Elijah Hughes, the USC transfer. Crazy, man. Kid went from USC to Notre Dame. But did you see Jaden Mickey, the former Notre Dame corner, he said that, or his dad told my Eric Hansen and Tyler James, he said that his son was offered a lot of money to go play at USC, and he said, I can't do it. He said, I can't do it.
Good man.
So he took less money to play at Boise State instead of USC because that's how much he loves Notre Dame. And that's the guy who redshirted after 4 games last year, and it was not a popular decision. Because Christian Gray beat him out and he wasn't going to play as much and he wanted to preserve his eligibility. And so you could have understood, like, man, screw those guys. Like, I want to go play at USC and prove them wrong. No, he's like, I love Notre Dame. Like, it was a business decision. You
don't see that very often. So you don't really see that loyalty, which is awesome. So shout out to him.
Carlo wants to talk about the shitty refs. We spent a little time on it, but it was bad, man.
Refs were horrible. They looked like they were refereeing a Pop Warner game out there. Yeah. I was still upset. Again, CJ threw that interception, and the guy's getting mugged in the back of the end zone. Again, that's a bailout situation because I thought that was a shitty call on our end to run that on 4th down. But the refs got to get it right.
Is that the one with Fields where they?
That's the one with Fields in the back where he's getting mugged. There's a short throw. I think CJ was off, running for his life. But,
yeah. And then if the guy didn't mug Fields, he still wouldn't have caught the ball. But still, that's a penalty.
I mean, it's unacceptable for the refs with the replay. I know we talked about it, but absolute bullshit that they can't get it right.
Yeah.
Having a second look at it.
Yeah.
What
My
time
bad,
we got?
Swan Dong. My bad, Swan Dong, saying, come on, Mike, be professional. Crappy. So for now on, I will say crappy instead of shitty. I won't say shitty anymore. I won't say shitty anymore.
Leave the swearing to me.
So you'll say shitty instead of me? I
I'll
won't
say
say shitty
shitty.
anymore?
I'll
Okay.
say
All right, so
shitty.
you'll say shitty. All right, good to know. Looking at some more stats, Notre Dame outgaining NC State 485 to 233. Man, the pass yards disparity 342 to 182. Both teams penalized just about the same. Notre Dame doubling them up on first downs, 24 to 12.
Jeez, that's dominance right there.
This time of possession here, I don't
I
really
think it was
care about time of
31
possession as much as
something
I
to
used to.
28 something.
Let's see. Time of possession.
I mean,
31 to 28. Yeah.
We were really good until we got into the 20-yard line or into the red zone. It seemed like we were getting to the red zone too quick. We weren't ready to call. We weren't ready to call red zone plays.
All right, USC scored. It looks like.
Yeah.
There you go.
Adam,
thank you for the $2 super chat. I'm not putting it on the screen. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
What was it?
I just said I'm not putting it on the screen. I don't know. I'm not trying to get.
Boo this man. Put it on.
There you go.
Oh God. All right.
I mean,
that's good, but thanks, Adam. That's phenomenal. I would like to stay on the air, so I'm not gonna comment on that. But that's great, Adam.
Yeah, we've given James Franklin his shit today. Sorry, Swan Dong. Sorry. This was a tweet from Ari Wasserman that I loved. He said, Penn State lost to UCLA and Northwestern in back-to-back weeks. That is downright astonishing. A collapse so bad I can't even find a parallel. Unbelievable.
Oh, that is a phenomenal clown tweet right below there. Oh, that's so good.
AI is scary.
AI is phenomenal.
It can.
No, but you know, it's Rick Neuheisel was at UCLA, so I got to know him a little bit when he was recruiting us. So cool to see his son doing well. And also the son keeps forgetting to put his mic down to communicate the play to the quarterback. So they caught him on camera doing that today. It was pretty funny.
Man. All right.
Are you getting reamed right now?
No.
Oh.
No, my wife's like, can you help put the baby down? So I was like, between that and you needing to get out of here, we will go ahead and end the post-game show there. Again, Notre Dame getting just another solid win. Like, I think you feel great as a Notre Dame fan that you know that the offense can turn it on at any point. Like, obviously, listen, I know we want Notre Dame to score a touchdown every single possession and the defense to have a 3-and-out every single time. And then we're like, okay, sometimes it's just football, man. Like, sometimes you start slow. Like, this is the sport. The other team will score. Like, things happen. But to know that, like, that offense can score 14 points in back-to-back drives just like that and turn the game, and that the defense now has some things figured out. They're causing havoc. 4 sacks, 3 picks. And then you look at last week, they were doing similar things. I feel good. Feel good about this game. I think that Notre Dame, we'll see what happens in this USC-Michigan game, Robbie, but I feel like Notre Dame is going to be like an 8.5-point favorite against USC.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched a ton of USC, mainly because I fucking hate those guys. But, again, it feels like a sloppy win, but it's a win nonetheless. I do think we haven't spent enough time given the special teams love. I feel like they've been pretty solid, and that was kind of I hate talking about momentum because I think it's in between the ears, but like I feel like that was kind of a momentum shift when we were able to get that first down, and you kind of feel the excitement in the stadium happen. So shout out Tyler Buckner, made a big play for us, and happy for the kid.
Yeah. 2.5, I don't know. I think it'll be at least a touchdown. I could see like 7.5. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I got to get out of here, brother. I got to go coach. We're coaching against Patello's old team, so
St. Louis, nice.
We're playing against St. Louis, so I got to get out of here.
All right, thank you, Robbie. All right, we are going to end the show there. Again, folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Next shows, we will be live 4 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday with the Blue and Gold Roundtable. So Eric Hansen and a couple of others from Blue and Gold will be on with us. Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time will be the Notre Dame six-pack show. It's usually Wednesday at 5. We have to move it Tuesday at 4 p.m. this week. And then Wednesday nights, we're bringing back that midweek staple show. It's usually going to be on Tuesday. I know, guys. I'm going to tweet this out as well. And I'll post it on YouTube as well, so you guys can visualize it. But so we're going Tuesday, 4 p.m., Wednesday, 8 p.m., Thursday, 1 p.m. recruiting show. And then we'll be live on this very YouTube channel after Notre Dame versus USC. So that is going to do it for the Notre Dame football post-game show here. Thank you all for tuning in. And as always, we will catch you next time.